Hey guys, it's about that time again when Empyrion releases another big update. Let's take a look and see what we know so far about Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 10. Now make sure you watch the entire video because at some point I'm going to be giving you the chance to win one of 5 copies of Empyrion. So our first clue about Alpha 10 was actually put into the Alpha 9.6 patch notes, an Alpha 10 sneak preview, and it was this image here. Now the eagle-eyed viewers of you out there have no doubt already noticed in the bottom left corner is the word shield with a percentage and total of 25,000 hit points. That means that shields looks like it's set to make an appearance in Alpha 10. What we also notice in this picture on the right hand side is pentaxid. Where we would normally expect the warp fuel to be, it's now renamed to pentaxid. But that isn't all. Again, in the same picture we can see that this is actually a base. It's called starter base, and the image behind definitely would indicate that it's a base. Why on earth would a base have pentaxid? Why would it have warp fuel? So is that something to do with shields? Are shields powered with pentaxid, or is that something else entirely that they haven't released yet? I've covered this before in a previous video, but base attacks were hidden away in the files within Empyrion. You could actually play out a custom scenario of a test base attack, and this had us fighting off the Zirax, invading our base, taking the core and replacing it with their own. It was immense fun, and it was indicated by the devs after that video went up that they are very much working on this base attack thing and hoping to put it into Alpha 10. Now there was a rumor that it was going to be an Alpha 9, but it wasn't ready yet, so hopefully Alpha 10 will be the magic number. Another sneaky post on the official forums seems to indicate that the survival tool is going to get a new mining facility. Now, what isn't clear is whether this replaces the T1 drill or is in addition to the T1 drill. Personally, I think the former would be better because having 4 different types of hand drill just seems a bit redundant in my opinion. But that'll be interesting in the first few hours of the game if you can now mine with a survival tool. That's going to be a big help. In typical Empyrion style, creating more questions than it answers, this post and a similar one on the Discord alluding to runways being a thing for bases in Alpha 10 would indicate that maybe there is some kind of lift mechanics, physics, maybe with velocity, maybe aerodynamics or something that would allow you to make more efficient takeoffs and landings with your small vessels if you had wings or certain velocity. Again, like I said, more questions than answers. What does that mean? Having a runway in your base might be helpful in Alpha 10. Who knows, but it'll be interesting to see. My guess is that there's some kind of physics going on that generates lift when you reach a certain velocity, which is going to be great for SV designs. I don't know if it's going to apply to CV. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Some new blocks will be added in Alpha 10, which is great for builders and survivors alike. We know this because the Atlas, as they call it, is currently missing a bunch of blocks at the bottom, as you can see by all this empty space. Also, in the Alpha 9 post where the new blocks were released, they indicated this was just the first iteration of new blocks, so I think it's reasonable to assume we can expect new blocks in Alpha 10. If you're a scenario creator and storyteller out there, you might be interested to know that Alpha 10 is going to have something in store for you along the PDA scenario creative kind of way. This is the post from Hummel, again cheekily snuck in on the forum somewhere. Again, doesn't really tell us much, but we do know that there's going to be something for designers out there, and that's only a good thing because ultimately, if you've got more tools and more flexibility around scenario creation and mission creation, we're going to get a lot more community scenarios, and ultimately the vanilla game is going to benefit from that as well, with improved missions and better PDA event handling. If you're familiar with my Let's Play series, you know how flaky these current PDA missions can be, so I'm looking forward to seeing this. A couple more posts from the official Discord show that we're going to get some new ramp blocks. These look like the boarding ramps for CVs, and we're also going to get a new chat box and a new chat function within game. It's really good to see multiplayer finally getting some attention, so this new chat interface looks pretty promising. And finally, we know from the Discord server again that there's going to be some new music coming in Alpha 10. In fact, some new tracks have already been put in, but new music is always good. What we don't know is whether that new music is to accompany the recently added ocean planet, or whether it's to accompany a whole new type of planet we're getting. Maybe it's to accompany new POIs, missions, or just generally added to the playlist. But all we know for now is new music, and new music, new sound, always a good thing. So I'm going to do a bit of theory crafting now based on the information that we've seen so far and that we know so far. I think shields are going to be run on pentaxid, but I hope they're not, and I hope I'm wrong. Personally, I think shields should be run off the main power grid, and pentaxid should simply be used as a material to build the shields. In my opinion, that would be a better way around. As we know, generators and fuel is already a bit overpowered. As soon as you get T2 generators, you've pretty much won. So something more that drains power and forces you to balance your builds would be better in my opinion, but we shall see. Base attacks, I know that Xerax base attacks are a thing, we've seen them. I'm hoping that we get base attacks from the other factions as well. I'd love to see what a Talon base attack looks like. I think that would be hilarious and a bit like Zulu. We'll have to wait and see. I really hope with the mining changes that they just generally speed up mining and give us slightly better tools for getting through that voxel terrain. I'm not a fan of the mining in the game. I'm definitely more of a fan of automating it if they're going down that route at all. At the moment it doesn't look like it, so hopefully they're just speeding it up. And with the survival tool having a drill function, maybe that'll mean that the T2 hand drill and the Epic hand drill are getting a big old buff. New efficiency, I hope this is some kind of aerodynamic type thing where we're going to see builders create lots of aerodynamic ships that are amazing in atmosphere and space alike, I'm sure. But, you know, something that could really circumnavigate the planet basically on zero fuel, like a glider, would be pretty cool to make, I think. New blocks and stuff is always good, but I hope they go a little bit further than just the solid blocks. What I really hope for is blocks that are kind of hollow, that have a center bit missing, not just in a circular fashion, but in all sorts of different things, so that we can create hollow pipes and stuff like that, but with single blocks, and even just windows and stuff, openings that are again in single blocks. Something that annoy me sometimes is the 2x2 pipe sort of gap that you have to make in order to make any kind of opening in a build. So we'll see, and hopefully that'll be included. With the new options for scenario developers and stuff like that, this is a good thing. I mean, for me as a server owner and a kind of semi-developer type dude of a scenario, anything that can improve the experience of making scenarios in Empyrion is just so needed. I don't know what form this is going to take. I can't even theorize what form it's going to take. My ultimate hope is for some kind of interface application where you can literally just type out the mission in a very simple form with drop downs and tick boxes, and out comes very reliable PDA missions from it, but we'll have to wait and see. New music and stuff, I've already kind of said my theories on this. Hopefully it's related to new planets or new POIs, but sound design is a very important part of the game, so I'm really hoping that new music is just a small part of it, and actually they're going to start regenerating and redesigning the sound within Empyrion to give things more impact, more atmosphere and more immersion. We'll have to wait and see. So if you don't have a copy of Empyrion Galactic Survival, first of all, why the hell not? This is a fantastic game. Yes, it's early access. Yes, it's in alpha. It has its problems, but there really isn't a game like it out there. And I'm able to create a lot of content on it just out of how passionate I am about this game. So I want to share the love a bit. Thank you very much to Elion for providing these keys for me to give away to you guys. I'm going to give you the chance to win one of 5 keys that I'm giving away today. So all you need to do is hit that subscribe button and then leave the word key in the comments somewhere, and then I will contact the winners with a key for Empyrion Galactic Survival, and you guys can share in the wonderfulness and the glitchiness of Empyrion. Good luck to you. That is all for today. That's my theories and what we know so far about Alpha 10. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what your hopes are and what your wishes are. Let's build the hype. Alpha 10 is around the corner. It's going to be glorious, hopefully. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.